Did not. This was like what, 14 or 15 years ago. All right, a Grand Nandventure. I'm gonna throw down an hour speed pop for this one too. Why did I do Charles the first? I'm a DPS. I'm a DPS here. Nice, Hawk. Just keep your old monitors. Uh, that sounds like not returning remotes when you're returning like your cable boxes and stuff, and then the next thing you know, you got a bunch of remotes, and no one noticed, no one asked for them, and so it was like, hey, oh look, I got a bunch of extra remotes. It's not even overclocking. Yeah, I'm not overclocking. I don't think I'm. Well, actually, no. I said this the other day. I think maybe they overclocked the CPU. But I mean, it's fine. Like I said, I think the bigger issue is just that I'm having to do a lot of things all at once. But whatever. Nobles, I don't know what's going on. It's weird. Exactly, Black Widow. It's almost like we were also like, hey, you know, At one point, I talked about this before. I'm like, we should do like 410s, and then another time I was like, man, you should just, honestly, you could let me work from home. I get all this done. My computer's way better. They're like, man, we would never let people work from home. That's, so many things have changed. So many things have changed. Uh, a lot of them are trying to make people come back, and people are like, no, no. We gave up control, and now we're not going to let them have it back. It just depends on the company, but no, I think I saw there was like some huge high-rise building somewhere, and like maybe it was Chicago or something. It's an office building. It's completely empty, and they can't get people to buy it. Like it's lost so much of its value because there's no one's gonna like. They could fix it up and everything, but there's just no need for the offices. I don't know what you mean, Nethless. There's not enough information in your post for me to comment on whatever you're trying to figure out. Yeah. Flop. He's sitting over here with a wireless application. Doesn't quite wrap the same. Doesn't quite wrap the same, does it? Oh, is that Elminster? Is that what you're? Wait, what? Oh no, don't. You start with the easiest. I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, like if you're trying to get champions to Epic, you need to figure out who qualifies for what. Honestly, you come with a list of who you have and who they qualify for, and then the way I did it was I started with the smallest list that removed things from others as well, and then knocked that out, which made the other list smaller, and then bit by bit I combined patron chests with time gates for anyone that was close to a pity timer. As long as you're full epic on all your core and evergreens, then yeah, patrons can you can start that process with patrons. But Elminster is going to take time. I mean, he gives a lot of influence for his stuff, but So I don't know, but yeah, I started with the smallest group and went from there. But you can also start with the group that has the people that you want. I mean, think about it another way. Figure out the group that you want full epic first, and try to find those, the bulk of those. Yeah, I didn't know what LM was. Well, you say few, but you don't know you don't know who DZ or who they have full epic already. They're one of the other patrons may actually have a shorter list. So that's what they have to figure that out. Kind of what I figured Letty asked. And I don't understand why my fans are so wild today, because I don't even have another client for anything running. I don't know. I haven't tried to do cooldown in the gang at all. I only did it that once and then submitted the ticket, and then I didn't. I never tried it again. Never tried it again. Well, it's not just Omen and DM. That's why we call it cooldown in the gang. It's a buff. It's a bug that's based around lowering lots of people's cooldowns. You can reduce more than just Omen, and there's more than just Omen that could create, issues for play when you do that. So that's why we call it cooldown in the gang. But yeah, I mean, it's Monday. They wouldn't have commented on anything yet. $6,000 gems. Almost halfway there. Ooh. We got a natural gold. And it was garbage. All right, Gromma, come on, give me something good. Another epic. We just hit the pity timer, and we got another epic. Is it at least in a slot that we needed? No. No. No, we need slot 1. That's the one. That's the mop. We needed that in slot 1. Oh my god. Why? Why, Gromma? Why are you being so difficult? Why are you being so difficult? I understand. Nope, 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 nope. That's not Human. That's Human. You could at least give me a medium bounty. Please. How many champions are we up to? 38. That's right. So I need the 2 flex slots, and then we'll have Strahd. I need to save up. Yeah, I need to save up 20 silvers too. Night, Niskas. Oh, in-game pop-up. Hey, is it that time? It is that time. Welcome, folks. This is my newer account. Newer. It's not new anymore. It's newer. 48 days in. I'm doing trying to get through all the tier 2s. Already did tier 2 Diana. Trying to do tier 2 Gromma, then tier 2 Krydle. And then I'll make a decision at that. Like, do I want to spend the do I have the resources it takes to do tier 3? Like to attempt like the first portion of tier 3? I don't think we could do all of tier 3. But it's just it's a pretty deep ask. If we look at it. 600. I know I could complete 600. But with that restriction, that's what I don't know. And beyond that, probably not with these restrictions. So, you know, I'm like an early, this is an early game account. And tier 1 is for like new players, tier 2 is early game, tier 3 is if you're in the mid game, and we're not in the mid game yet. I do have cores, like Modron cores, but I'm like leveling a fast core on level 1. I've got a level 4 modest. I'm not mid-game. I haven't opened up trials. Still working on it. Still working on it. Yeah, by Shakira, I would think they would. I mean, they were talking. Or Sean said something about he thought they had a fix ready to go out with the next build, but we haven't got the next build yet, so I wouldn't expect it to have been fixed until we get a patch. And even then, only if it actually says that they fixed it. And even then, only if it says that they fixed it and we tested it and they did indeed fix it. None of them in with an explanation point. Yeah, well, these are all randomly generated. I don't make these. Still so used to think of your primary account. I can't imagine you not completing things. I've completed tier 4 on everyone I've unlocked on my main account. Whole different situation. Managed to do the 680 over 2 or 3. Nice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, if I could have my best group, I think we could clear 800. Probably pretty easily at this point. I never really tried to get. I went from low favor to like what were we? We were E10, low-ish. E10 favor in Sword Coast to E30 on a favor run, and I didn't even push to my real wall, and we were almost at 800. So I'm not exactly sure how far I actually can push at the moment. It gets real slow at that point, because then I'm relying on Carlock's ultimate cooldown, because she's my primary DPS, and it's just such a long cooldown time. E265 Bud. I don't know. I don't know what my Bud is. Hey Maxie. Hello Bellsman. Sure one Hedda, it's gotta be you. It's gotta be you. Okay, it's supposed to be, it has to be you. That's good. 72. Okay, I'm out of it. We gotta go to. Nice. I'm in the transition from early to mid game and 3 champions away from unlocking Split the Party 2. I mean, I've done Split the Party 2, so I would say you're still early game. Mid game is like Trials of Mount Tila. I have no idea what the best way to open chest is. Like save the gold or open them right away. Oh, for event chests. So like the generic. Oh god, I gotta stop doing that. The generic rule that keeps people from screwing up is electrums first, then named silvers, then named golds. That's the easiest to remember, and it is a solid way to do it. And the idea with the electrums and named silvers going electrums first is it's the way electrums drop gear. They will drop upgrades for white, green, and blue, and going from no gear to gear is considered an upgrade, so they'll kind of focus in on the new champions that don't have gear. So you want that from the randomness of Electrum chests. You're getting focus out of it. You want to get that focus. But once you've done that, like the goal with that is to try to get green or better gear on the champion with Electrums. And if you can't do it with Electrums, then you add, if you have silvers, named silvers, then you do the named silvers. Otherwise, you keep waiting for more Electrums. And then you only pop the golds once you have green or better, and that's because it guarantees that you're getting blue or better gear on your upgrades, and you're not accidentally duping. Like you're not getting a green upgrade and duping a blue, because you're guaranteed a blue and you're guaranteed an upgrade, but that doesn't mean the blue is going to be the upgrade. So you're just protecting yourself from the rules of the chest that way. So Electrums into named silvers into named golds. There's a super fiddly way to hyper optimize it, but that's like open one gold chest that drops gear for them. So it could be a patron chest or a named gold, and then go into the Electrums and then the silvers. And if you're low on Electrums and silvers, that's a better way to do it, just because you're either going to fill 1 or 2, or maybe if you're lucky, 3 slots with green or better gear from that single gold chest. So you'd use fewer Electrums and fewer named silvers. And then you'd go into Electrums and then named silvers. And then if you or somebody has tons of patron chests, you'd pop any patron chests for that champion qualifies for until they're full epic. Then you'd drop all the named golds on them just so that you can get all the duplicate item levels. Like I said, you can get real finicky with it, but ultimately, as a general rule of thumb, Electrums into named silvers into named golds works super well. Super well. Why is Sergeant Knox in your weekly party? I don't know, like your name. You needed the latest NVIDIA driver to get the game to load? What? That doesn't make any sense. You already have green or better gear. Does it matter whether you do names, silvers, or golds first? No. Nope. If you're green or better, then you can do whatever you want. The Crinal variant, where you can only use seat 1 through 7, you can use Nahara or Dungeon Master bring in champions from seat 8 to 12. If you have a champion in seat 1 through 7 that can pull restricted champions in, then yes. Nahara only does that in Strahd, so won't do that for Cridle. Nahara literally can only do that in Patron Strahd variants. Dungeon Master would work. If you have the Dark Urge can go in. It doesn't matter that he's in a higher slot. So yeah, there are ways around it. But Cridle is, yeah, Cridle stuff is challenging. Cridle's probably got the most challenging variants. Because of the limitation. It's not even just that one. There's also one where you can't put champions adjacent to each other, so you can get a max of 6 champions in your formation, and they've got to all be champions that don't buff adjacent because no one's adjacent. So like tier 4 Cridle is a little rough. Working on leveling I just unlocked an extra party. Should wait until I have enough familiars to automate. So here's the thing with the extra party, and you're talking about a Modron core. You want your Modron core in your active party. I have 2, so I can put 1 in my background party, but then I have 1 that's not doing anything. I don't use the background party. I'm using it right now because I have a core that with automation. And I sacrificed 2 of my familiars back there. So 1 is on the field and 1 is on click damage, and Brunner just auto loads in with the save. So you can do a minimal party back here, but here's the thing: if you've only got your first background party and 1 core, your core needs to be in your active party so it can level up. Because it levels up based off the areas you complete, and you don't complete many areas in the background. But you complete a lot in your active party. Just a heads up to everybody that came in from the in-game pop-up. This is a short stream today, so we're only going to be here for a little while. I got a meeting with Lauren. We're going to be talking about tutorial show stuff. Future plans for the tutorial show. Future topics, I should say. Which I was working on over here. So we can flesh out a schedule probably through August, because we're already done through the end of May. We already have a schedule through the end of May. And just to be clear, this formation is not super optimal. It's just functional. It's speed champions with some gold find. It's just a hodgepodge. But it should be enough to get me where I'm going because, again, I can push pretty far. Well, I don't know, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Our damage isn't great. I might have to change some things around. I might have to change some things around. What's going on? That's, I mean, first off, we've got Minsk in the tank column for some reason. I don't know. Let's do in Tom. Oh, she's 84. She's strength 14. I don't know. We need to make changes. We will. Now Gromma is setting bud. That's better. It's like it's supposed to be a Gromma DPS formation, but whatever. Like twice a month? No. J-Dog, don't. That's not. Do when you first get two part is a good topic for that. Oh, I mean, we've talked about. What was the last time we did multi-party? It's back in May of last year, so a year ago. Talked about it a year ago. I mean, they haven't added a new. You could always potentially talk about it again. There isn't. I got to mix something like that with other content though. Like usually we do multi-party and Modron automation. But you know, the thing to keep in mind is I think the thing that's most important about doing split the party is that you get a Modron core, not that you get a background party. You get a Modron core. That's your first most important thing. Slotting that in your active party and leveling it up is the big deal. Doing stuff in background parties either requires lots of manual play, swapping back and forth, like, let's go see what he's doing. Like coming over to your background party, leveling it up, making sure it's still going, and then going back to your main party. Like you got to do a lot of without familiars. You got to do a lot of manual watching. But then, like, I think the nice benefit is that I've been doing is when I go to end the stream, since I only play content on the stream, like the named stuff, the main stuff, only on the stream. What I'll do is I'll set up a party with automation doing patron stuff. Right? This is actually what Bruner's doing in the background. He's in a Mert free play. So he's passively earning me Mert's Ruby coins, but also earning me some gems. And so I just set up so that, I'll use all my familiars overnight, and then I'll be able to do other stuff like that. I need to do Minsk Bud, I need to do Celeste Minsk Tyrrell. I can get over 1,000 areas. I get about 1,200 areas a night with 5 familiars. Just 5 familiars. Which is pretty easy to have early on just from the gem shop. So I can get all this kind of stuff done without it taking up my free time. It just churns overnight, and I earn green gems, and I earn whatever the patron currency is. I just do that with my background parties right now. And I'm currently sacrificing 2 familiars back here to just earn some extra gems, extra green gems, and also work on a little. The patron stuff is fine. It's more that it's while I'm doing this, I'm also earning gems in the background. So I'm up to 6,500 gems today. I'm trying to hit 12,500 for Diana's speed feat. She's got a 12,500 speed feat that I want. This one. Keep up. I'm not willing to save up 50,000. That's too much. That's giving up way too many gold chests and the speed potions that are in them. I'll do this one though. I'll do this one though. I still got to over level her somewhere. Oh hey, we finished. Okay, so all the Grommas tier 2 are done.